Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren Frost, and today I got you guys an updated version deck profile as well for Love Call Marlean. This is the 6th nation deck for the beginning of the Divine series, and also one of the start decks that have their own sleeves, pretty much. Now, listen, we all know the starter belongs to Makoto Saito, pretty much. But this deck has undergone some changes with some generics that I feel like it's been more comparable to this deck, or just give it a shot, you know what I'm trying to say here, hopefully. But I will read you what I found on Marlean's playstyle. So the Marlean ride line follows a similar playstyle to Kari, okay? Returning rear guards to the hand during the battle phase and calling them back out. That's pretty much it. So it's just comes down to the playstyle of finding cards that will help it bounce back to the hand. And I did find some cards in here would be comparable to this deck, and maybe some support cards that may be good. Now, like I said, you guys, set 2 was a big no-no for me. I did get some of the common support, so that's not a bad thing. But I am looking for the other stuff, like the high rarity stuff, which is complete shit. I know that one of the triple R's in set 2, Lovely Pink Francis, would be perfect for this deck. But she's right now sitting at 17 bucks, so when I get like 40 bucks, I'm going to go buy 2 more of them, because I just need 2 more of them for Chris Rain. But enough my yapping, let's just dive right into this video, or at least try to. Now, of course, I'm not going to say it for the rest of the time. We just need 1 energy generator for this 5th card right deck thing. Then we also have Wonder, Lavender, Ursule for our grade 0. Grade 1 we have Heartwarming, Lorica. Grade 2 we have Resolve to Sing Until the End, Louise. And of course we have Love Call Marlean. Now, if you guys need a reminder what Marlean does, let's just skip to from the active ability to her auto skill. When his unit attacks a Vanguard, Energy Blast 4, which is a very high cost, but it is what it is. Choose one of your rear guards and return it back to hand. Choose up to 1 grade 3 or less unit card from your hand, and Superior Call to an open rear guard circle. And it gets 10,000 power into the end of the turn. So, that's not a terrible thing. Like, what I love about the energy generator ability from your energy charge, energy blast kind of thing, instead of using a Soul Blast or a Counter Blast, it pretty much lets you get a free cost. Hence why there's always it's a good thing to have one of these cards. So that is it for the right deck right here. And of course we do have the pink sleeves. This is Daji's Moyama's sleeves here, but they're pink enough to the point that we can just use them for Lyrical Monasterio. So that's perfect right there. Now, for the trigger lineup, and I did say it changed a lot, but I think I do like some of the triggers. We're just going to stick with some of the trial deck kind of things, but here it is. So, this is a reprint from the heal trigger we got here. This is the Talkative Hour Tanmuz. So, instead of having a long-ass thing right there, it's just a normal trigger right there, so that's what I like. So, there's 4 of her, 8 crits, so 4 copies of Surreal Voice Gilberta, 4 copies of Precious Tune Edwige for Soul Charge slash 2k boosting right there, 3 copies of Snowship Palvi, because I do like the front triggers ability. You guys can probably say that fronts in this deck would be a bad idea, but I find it very amusing to have fronts in this deck, and all my decks actually, to, you know, just in case if you do got a full field, you can always have a front trigger, and it will protect or serve a purpose in your battle phase. Plus, 20k shield value is what I like for an extra protection. Now, I did change out the over trigger choice, so I'm going with Blessing Diva, Grizael, same ability, of course, additional effect. During this fight, you get 1,000,000 power, of course. And then you get, during your turn, all your rear guards get plus 10,000 power. So, That's the one thing that people hate about Lyrical Monasterio and how broken it can be sometimes. Because no matter what overtrigger or choice you do in the Lyrical Monasterio series, it's all the same effect, which means 10,000 power to the front row only during your turn. So on top of the 10,000 boost as well that you get from this card, you get additional 10,000 power from the Persona Ride. So that is a smashing little bonus right there. Okay. So then there's that trigger lineup, and then we have Marlean for our sleeves. Sorry guys, I got a little distracted. So for the grade 1s, we have the support card from set 2, which is, of course, as they all say. At the end of battle, this unit boosted. If your rear guard was returned from hand this turn, Soul Blast 1 and retire this unit. Choose a card with a grade 3 with Marlean in its name from your soul or drop and put it into the bottom of your deck. If you have chosen a card, choose a card with the same card name as any of your grade 2 or greater units from your drop and put it back into hand. So this right here is All Smiles and the powerful dash Delfina. So that is her grade 1 partner for the commons. Of course, it's pretty standard. And then here is one of the cards that is, to me, a very grossly overpriced card because of how good it is in some of the lyrical decks nowadays. We have 4 copies of Cooling Heart Yuika. And I chose Yuika because of her skill, and I know it's a bitch for me to get this kind of card, so I'm happy I got him, even with a reprint. So here's a 1-turn ability. When your other unit in the same column as this unit is plays, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets 5,000 power into a turn. So a 13k beat stick. At the end of battle, this unit boosted a rearguard, Soul Blast 1, choose one of the boosted rearguards, and return it into the hand. So again, better option for Marlean or Chris Rain or any other decks that might use her. So generically speaking, a pretty good generic. So next we have 4 copies of the Perfect Guard Musical Committee Nicolene. Now, I try to find cards that might be comparable for her because she is she a mermaid? I mean, she's an elf. So I figured this would be a perfect because the Perfect Guard is an elf. So try and stick with the themes here a little bit. So there is a good generic Perfect Guards and the little support card for Marlean. There's more of it in the set 4 collection, which I'm still on the verge of trying to get those. Now for grade 2s, this is just my option here, but I do like the tongue-tied. So let's just double check how many we have here exactly. We have 15 grade 2s in this deck. I know you're probably thinking like, is that a little too much, excessive? Depending. So we have 4 copies of Playful Scribbling Seere. And I don't mean Siri from, like, it's like Alexa, like an AI kind of thing. We don't claim her. And then we got 4 copies of Dazzle Bubble Paradise Precia for the discard fodder, pretty much. And then her ability is, when this unit is placed on rear guard, if your persona rolled this turn cost, choose one of your rear guard, or one of your units, sorry. And to the end of the turn, it gets 5,000 power. And if you choose a rear guard, return that unit into the hand from rear guard at the end of that turn. So it does have that Yuika skill, pretty much, but Precia just lets you grant 5,000 power on top of that. So. And then here is a promo card that I might find very interesting but it's a good option. So it's called Sunset Glow Lyana. This is the one of the promo cards here. It's a rear guard skill. When your other rear guard is returned to the hand, if this unit is on rear guard, Counterblast 1, choose one of your vanguards, and that unit and this unit gets 5,000 power at the end of the turn. So it does add a bit more fuel to the fire. Just a good idea for what I think is a deck that is based on return to the hand would be looking like. So I figured this is all a good idea. And then, of course, for this deck here, I am playing 2 different Blitz orders. So, I know you're all thinking, Frost, you don't need to play Blitz orders in Marlean. That's ridiculous. If you guys know me very much by now, hopefully, you guys know I want to try out all my options and then instead of sticking with the status quo. You know. So, here is the 2 copies here. This is Fleeing Stars Upon This Night. This came from this, Lyrical DZ BT1 collection. Play this with Energy Blast 2. If your rearguard were put other than on rearguard by your opponent's card effect this turn, choose one of your units being attacked and it gets 25,000 power into that battle. So again, option 1, good choice. And then the other one is Vibrant Symphony. This is from the very first Lyrical Booster BT1 for Overdress. And this one is, if an attack hit your Vanguard this turn, choose one of your units being attacked and it gets 30,000 power into that battle. So you have to take a shot at this. This is a give or take situation. Either you risk gain a critical or getting hit by your opponent's Vanguard, take the damage, it's only been for that one turn, and then spring this on them. They might have to rely on an overtrigger or 2 criticals or 2 triggers, depending on how many drives you can take, unless you're Imbalio, who takes 5 drive checks. So there's another option too. So that is my grade 2 lineup right here. And then grade 3 is standard, like 7. So by now, I think the start decks have the idea, like, you mainly want to max out all your support that you get for certain of the grade 3s, but you also want to add some of the certain generics that might be helpful as well. So here is 3 more copies of Marlean for the Persona Rideability, Personification. And then her partner is 4 copies of Beloved Response Girl, Respino. So 4 of her. This is just how I feel like to envision this decks very much so. You have to match some of the partners, and, eventually you'll get all the support to the point you won't have to need to make generics, but there are some pretty good in there. So that is it for the updated deck profile video for Marlean. I'm glad I finally got this series up and running with the 6 rides from the trial decks. I know it's a little bit tough to do, a little bit tough cookie. But I'm glad that it's finally done. That's what I'm more happy about. Because I feel like I never got a chance to do all these decks, pretty much so, because I've been waiting so much for collections and collections. And then I eventually now have a chance to do all the decks, pretty much. Trying to. So, that is all for the video for you guys. Sorry for sounding a little bit slurring. I'm not slurring. I have a speech pattern problem, so that's given. But thank you all for watching, very much so. If you guys like the content I do create on this channel, please subscribe, comment down below, thumbs up for this video, show some love, and comment down below and let me know what you guys think. What cards are good for any of these decks? Are there better generics, better ideas? I want to see you guys' deck list and what you're working with. Go outside your comfort zone, try something new and different every day. Vanguard has a lot of possibilities. But anyways, you guys, that is it. And if you guys are going out tonight, please be safe out there, make good choices, and don't get cold. I know, bundle up. It's almost time for Christmas next week. So if I don't see you guys before next week, maybe on Christmas Day, so I might see you guys there whenever it's possible. But have a great night and just stay safe. And as always, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.